Hey, my friends. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm watching all you guys come on. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. My phone friends are showing up today on this gray, rainy day in Pennsylvania. So if you are on with me this morning, give me a like or a love. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Good morning, Thelma. All right, friends. Awesome. Happy Wednesday. So we are back to our normal schedule. It is What's Up Wednesday today. So every Wednesday, I am live from my studio at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning, Sharon. And just sharing a little bit of stamping fun with you guys this morning. So last week we were Halloween week, which was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed Halloween week. Every single day I was on live with some Halloween projects for you guys. But now we're back to our regularly scheduled program until November. So hey Barbie, when November comes, I will be doing a very similar thing called Gratitude Week. So I come on every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, share some beautiful projects, have some Stampin' fun with you guys, have prize patrols, and special offers because Gratitude Week is actually my customer appreciation week. Good morning, Muriel. Just my way of thanking you guys for sticking with me, for choosing me as your demonstrator or me as your team leader if you're on my Movalist Stampers team. So we'll have some special offers, prizes, goodies, giveaways, all kinds of cool stuff. So that will be in November, Gratitude Week. It's usually the week before Thanksgiving. So right now, friends, good morning, Kay. You are hanging out with Jody, Brechbill, Stampin' Queen. I am a demonstrator for Stampin' Up! Located in South Central Pennsylvania. So I know some of you guys are joining me from all across the country, which is fantastic. And welcome. Welcome to my studio this morning. So while everyone's coming on, I like to do a little bit of housekeeping. Just make sure you guys are following my page. So that way, when I do go live, you do get notifications. You can also check me out on YouTube, and you can also sign up for my mailing list. So if you never want to miss out on anything I have going on, there will be a link in the description of this video that you can join, and I will email right to your inbox. So if we have specials or classes or anything I have going on, reminders, you'll get all that information because sometimes Facebook is fickle with what it shows you and what it allows you to do. In fact, I actually got locked out of Facebook last week and had a little bit of some trouble getting in. So I want to make sure real quick that we talk about my celebration after party. So I don't know if you guys are all aware, but I do have a special celebration challenge for all of my customers, and you can earn your spot. You get your VIP ticket for this event for free. It will be held on October 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. So if you earned your spot, you are going to get a special email invitation to join me, and it's private. There's only a couple ways that you can earn your spot in, and that is if you have purchased $150 with me during celebration, if you have hosted your own party, your own event, your own class, or if you've joined my team during celebration. So I will be sending out special invitations shortly at the end of September because you guys, celebration is ending soon. So we still have our mini catalog, right? We still have this until the very end of December, and then we have celebration. It is over next Thursday, I believe, September 30th. Celebration 2.0 is over. I can't even believe it. It was like the fastest 2 months ever. So if you still have a couple items on your wish list, now's the time to snag them. You'll get a free item of your choice from the brochure with each $50 and or $100 purchase. Keep in mind, as much as it pains me to say, the Bedazzling Designer Series paper is sold out. We cannot get any more of it. Another quick reminder is if your party or your order reaches 300, you're going to get the In Your Words stamp set for absolutely free. And if you decide to join during celebration, join my team of Movalist Stampers, get yourself a 20 to 25% discount every single time you order, get free shipping on your starter kit. For $99, you're going to get $126 of product, and any of these bundles of your choice totally free. So there are 4 gals who took advantage of this. I'm so excited to have 4 new gals join my Moveless Stampers team. Let me tell you, kids, we have a lot of fun with my Moveless gals. So if you would like more information on that, just let me know, and I am happy to help you guys out. All right, we've got some friends on. So I do want to tell you a couple dates to keep in mind real quick. Make sure you have marked these dates on your calendar. This is my second online BOGO sale ever. So it's October 8th, 9th, and 10th. It runs that entire weekend. It is virtual, so it runs through a special Facebook group. There, you don't need to come to my house. You don't need to join me for a live. You actually will log right into this Facebook group, and you will be able to see all of the items that are retired from my stash. And I am giving them away for free. So when you place the equal value order, you're going to get those items that you chose from my stash for absolutely free. So more information will be coming out about that. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. It is open to everyone, customers, new friends, demonstrators, so you can share the link, but this is the Facebook page. So you want to head right over there and ask to join, and I will let you in, and more information will be coming, but that's soon, you guys. That's so soon. The other thing I want you to mark on your calendar is my bingo. So I have got a class. It's focusing on the Sweet Stocking Suite. So it will be holiday-based cards, and you can alter your sentiments should you choose to do so, or use what you have if you've got the Sweet Stockings bundle. So you can also purchase it as an add-on when the information comes out, but it's going to be focused on Sweet Stockings. That's going to be your class projects. But because the event is on October 30th, we are going to have Halloween theme. So you could wear your costume, you can wear a hat, you can wear a special mask. I'm going to have some Halloween treats for you guys, but just keep in mind that your projects are not going to be Halloween because we're a little bit late. So the event itself is October 30th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Everyone is welcome to come to my class, and then at the end we play some bingo for fun. So information will be coming out about this. Registration will open next week, I believe, and you'll need to register by October 11th, and then I'll get you your bingo packet and explain how this whole deal is going to work. It is so much fun. I love it. And it feels like it's been forever since we've had a bingo event. All right. So I was a little late this morning because I realized I did not have a prize patrol to give away because I gave away everything last week at Halloween week. So this is what I'm giving away today. These are the matte decorative dots, and we're going to play with these in our stamping today. But my girls were here last night for Stamp Club, and they didn't realize how cool these dots were because in the catalog, they are on page 31 and they're right here. So when you look at these, it's almost a little deceiving, right? Because you're like, these don't really look like these. These look humongous. This is the pack of them. And look at all those gorgeous ombre colors. So pretty. Does it tell us what colors? Yes. Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, and Old Olive. So very, very cool. That's today's giveaway prize patrol. So you guys know the routine. All you need to do is like, love, comment, or share my video, and you'll get chances to win. Then when you come back next week, join me for What's Up Wednesday, and I will tell you who the winner chicken dinner is. All right, guys, shall we get stamping today? Good morning from Montana. Good morning from Florida. I love it. Alrighty, so I'm going to share the projects that my club girls made. So I still do have my stamp club. Those gals get to come join me once a month and stamp for free. So let's play with what they created. Hopefully I have everything here. So let's start off with this fun card. I realized when I was putting the packets together, I planned them in my head ahead of time. And then I put the packets together and I was like, oh my, we use like 50 shades of brown. But that means fall's coming, I do believe, when we're playing with the browns. So I've got some Sahara sand here. And I cut it 8.5 by 5.5, and then I put the score in. right there. So that's the score at 4 1/4, which would normally make our standard card base, right? So what I did was cut off a little bit on the front. Let me tell you how much I cut off. I cut off 1 3/4. So then I took that same piece, we're going to use it, and I embossed it with the time-worn type embossing folder. Can you see that texture on there? It's a little dark in the studio this morning because it's cloudy and rainy here. So I went ahead and ran that through the embossing folder, and then we're going to attach it back on to our card flap on the front. So these are just standard size cards that we use, and we change things around a little just to be different. So that's just going to go right on the front. Looks a little longer. I don't know how that happened, but we're going to snip that off. Can't have it. Get rid. All right, so there we go. There's our card base. Now, I also grabbed a piece of designer series paper, and this is from the Playful Prints. See, there's our deer on the other side. So Playful Prints is one of our celebration offerings as well. This is maybe my second favorite designer series paper because I love the penguins. I just think they're so cute. So we're going to attach that to the bottom here and then see how that will just fold over like that. And there will be your sentiment in here. Just trying to keep things a little different. This is also a piece from the Playful Prints. So here is what it looks like. And you get all of these very, very cool patterns, very red and green and Sahara sand crumb cake, ready and perfect for Christmas or other holidays or other events. Like this is not so much Christmas. This one doesn't have to be Christmas. So, and then here's the little birch trees. So again, you have until September 30th to be able to get this pack. It's a 12 by 12, and you get this pack for absolutely free with your $50 purchase. So I have the birch here, and let me show you what I'm using. I'm going to use Sparkle of the Season and Gorgeous Leaves. So these are two that I haven't really played with very much, and I did showcase them in my project for Movie Monday, which is on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, head over there and do that, because every Monday I have a movie for you guys. Totally free tutorial. All right, so I've got some rich razzleberry, and I'm using the Grateful stamp, and I'm just gonna stamp that right down here in the corner. There we go. Now I'm going to grab that bigger leaf, and I'm going to stamp this in rich razzleberry as well. So it's just going to go right here. And then I'm going to grab a smaller leaf. Ahead of time, I did one in Bumblebee, and I die cut that one out. So that one has a set of dies that go with it. So I did that one ahead. And then the smaller leaf, I don't know my leaves, so I couldn't tell you. This could be a maple leaf there. Maybe this is an oak tree. I don't know. And I'm going to do a soft succulent leaf there. Such pretty fall colors. I love them. Did I tell you this one was Bumblebee? If I didn't, I'm going to tell you now. That's Bumblebee. All right, so now I did a couple of the little like splotches, and I was hoping I had some scrap paper here, but I'm not sure that I do. Just grab a piece because I think I might want to stamp off. Let's see how dark. This is crumb cake. Yeah, it's a little bit dark for me. So I'm going to stamp off and just do some little splatters here. Doesn't have to be many, just a couple little for texture. Okay, so I also out of that, don't hate me, but I did use the bedazzling paper, and I know that it is sad that it's not available. I'm so sorry, but I did use it. And we need to poke out some of these little pieces here because I ran this through the die cut earlier. And I'll show you that die set. It's very pretty. It makes all kinds of detailed leaves. So here is the die set. Isn't that cool? So there we go. It's got all these detailed leaves in there that make such pretty leaves, and then it has a really cool branch as well. So that's the bundle, the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take some glue dots, and I'm going to attach my bumblebee leaf. Actually, I can put a little adhesive on that one. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do some adhesive on that one. And it's just going to hang out here in the middle. And then this guy's the one that I'm definitely putting a little good old snot dot right on that one. I'm with you, Donna. I like the fall colors too. And the leaves are definitely changing. I took a drive to Hanover yesterday, and I could really see big pockets of bright red and bright yellow. So he's going to hang out just right there with a little glue dot. Now, I did also grab a piece of that organdy glitter ribbon. And I just need a piece, just enough to wrap it around the front. So I'm going to trim this down, and I'm going to use that piece for something else. And don't hate me on this one either, because that organdy ribbon is not available right now. So it is non-orderable, which means we can't get it at all. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. I want to put my ribbon on first. And I know it's terribly frustrating, but we do still have these worldwide global shipping crisis. And we just had a warning from Stampin' Up! Yesterday to be ready for it to continue on into 2022, which is heartbreaking, I know. It sounds like there are some shortages of steel, and that potentially could affect our punches and our dies. So I don't know what I don't know what next year is going to hold, you guys, right? But we know how to pivot. We know how to work with stuff, and we just have to try to be patient and understanding because it's everywhere. Everywhere. The farmer's friend who runs his bike shop was over, and he said, like, he can't get parts for bikes. You can't even get bikes, let alone get parts for them. Okay, so what we're going to do now, this is going to open like this with that panel. So I want to be sure that I do not have adhesive here. I only want adhesive right where it's going to touch that card base. So I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 strips. Very careful. Don't get it. I don't want to get too low. And that's going to hang out right there. And we can slide our little ribbon under here and tie ourselves a little bow. So my suggestion, friends, this is what I do. If I see something on my wish list, I grab it. I get it. If it goes on back order and it's on my wish list, I go ahead and get it. If it's something, I have to have, I try to make my wish list, priority. What I need first, what I need second, what I need third. And if it's on back order, I will go ahead and get it because that puts me in the queue. That means when it does arrive back into the warehouse, I will get it. When it goes non-orderable, guys, that's when we are not able to get it at all. And we just don't know when it might show back up. So I do so much appreciate all of you guys for being so understanding and so patient. I am so blessed when I talk to other demonstrators and they tell me how angry their customers are and how nasty they are and how they don't understand and they're so frustrated. Yes, we're all frustrated. I'm frustrated too. But I so appreciate all my beautiful people who understand, and I try to communicate with you guys, and most everyone messages me and they're like, it's okay. It's okay. We get it. We understand. So, mwah, mwah. Big kisses to you guys who are so understanding and so supportive. All right, guys. Okay, Kay says, maple this one would be the beech, right? A beech tree and then an aspen leaf. I could see that. That totally could be an aspen leaf. Because the oak trees are the ones that are mittens, right? The oak leaves have like, because that's the acorn tree, right? Yeah, so I totally can see that. Totally. Thanks so much, Kay. All right, guys, there we have that one. Let's see what else I have to show ya. Okay, what do we want to play next? Let's get this one out. See what it is. All right, this is a very cool card. And I showed this one on my Facebook group that I played with because my friend Lena made this one. And it's super, super fun. All right, so this we have our early espresso. And don't forget, guys, you can always go back. Ooh, look, the sun's coming out. It's going to give me some glare. Good morning, Susie Snow. Well, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me maybe. Oh, I do go back and put the dimensions for the cards that I make in the description of the video. So that way you don't have to scroll through 100 and some comments to try to find them. Just go to the video description, which might mean that you need to double click it and open the video again and then look in the description. So links are in there for my mailing list. Any classes I have going on are in there. And then of course the dimensions. You might have to click see more to open up the whole panel. But I try to do that so that you guys don't have to rewatch videos over and over again. And you don't have to scroll through a ton of comments to try to find what you're looking for. But of course, if you ever have questions, just message me. Okay, what we're going to do with this one is Nothing's Better Than and Textures and Frame, another celebration item. Hey, Vicki, you just remembered it's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Textures and Frame is a freebie for celebration, so just a couple more days to get this one free with a $50 purchase. And then, of course, we have the Nothing's Better Than. Super fun coffee, cocktails, chocolate, and cookies. Now, I've got a piece of crumb cake here, and I'm going to grab my early espresso and crumb cake. So I've got this cool little circle, and we're just going to stamp one here and here, and that looks good. Now we're going to go to the espresso. So we've got the darker one, stamp it off one time, making ourselves some coffee rings. Then we're going to grab the little splotch and we're just going to have coffee drips. So for the lighter shades, see how I'm just double stamping that? I stamp it once and then I stamp again, and it just gives me a little bit of a lighter look. Now I'm going to grab a sponge dauber, and we're just going to sponge the edges just for a little bit of distressed, worn look. I always like to go in to the corners a little bit darker, give it that vintagey look. You can always go back and get more on if you need to. So there we have that. Now we can leave it just like that, or I'm going to run this through an embossing folder and give it even more texture. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab my die here, and I did use the Tasteful Labels dies. And I'm going to stamp my coffee right here in the middle, in early espresso. Wouldn't it be perfect if these were scratch and sniff? I always think that that would be so much fun if we had scratch and sniff ink pads. Now we're going to stamp crumb cake and see how good I am at lining things up straight. Today is a coffee kind of day. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, while I've got that crumb cake, I don't have a stamp cleaner here, so we're just gonna stamp off a couple times. I'm gonna ink up the crumb cake, stamp it off once, and then just put some splatters there. There we go. Now I chose, let me give myself some room here. I chose the Timber embossing folder. And as I said, this is from my friend Lena. She is so, so talented. So I'm going to run this through. And I wanted to make sure I stamped first because it's going to have texture on it. So if I stamped after I embossed, everything's going to be lumpy and bumpy. So you always want to stamp first, then emboss. So let me run this through. I'll be right back. All right, so can you see the texture now on that? Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, you guys, guess what we forgot to do with this card? We forgot to put our little bling on there. So we'll do that after we finish our coffee card. So we'll go ahead and attach this to our card base. Whoop. It's rolling, caught way back there. There we go. Now it's rolling. And with the lumpy bumps, I want to use some adhesive. I want it to stick. Sometimes when it's lumpy and bumpy, it doesn't want to stick as well. There we go. Perfect card for the coffee loving friends. Any of you guys coffee lovers out there? I actually do not drink coffee at all, ever, never, 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 ever. I cannot handle it. No latte, no espresso, no coffee, no macchiatos, nothing, no coffees. Okay, so I grabbed myself a piece of linen thread, and I just want to do kind of... Oh, no, none for you either, Joanne. All right. I do like tea. I do like my tea. So I'm taking that linen thread and I'm just going to wrap it a couple times around my fingers very loosely. And then I'm going to pinch it in the middle. It needs to be a little looser. This die is a little bit bigger than I thought. So we'll just pinch it in the middle there. And I'm going to take a dimensional and hold it down. I can peel that dimensional off and I can bring my ends in now to make loops. There we go. Then I'll put a couple more. Thelma, not for you either. Is everyone on today not a coffee person? What happened here? There we go. So there's our little sentiment. Donna, do you like a little coffee with your creamer? Is that how it works? Okay, now, you know what? That's a little bit floppy, so I'm gonna shoot a dimensional underneath these corners. Muriel's no coffee. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. I kind of wanted a small. These are the brushed metallic dots. You can see how much I've loved them. And iced tea year round. That's a good one to go with. Can always go with good iced tea. I wanted a small one, so I'm gonna get out my new pack here, and we're just gonna put some of those bronze or copper, I don't know, a couple little on there for some bling. There's Kay, there's a coffee drinker. Straight up black coffee, right? Okay, there we go, friends. Now, while we have it out, wow, it's out. This is my inside, so let's just do a coffee drip on the inside too. Ooh. Uh-oh, look it. I dropped my ink pad. So there would be our inside with the splatter. Cute, 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 cute. So that is the Textures and Frames stamp set I didn't know I needed because I didn't know what I would do with it. Isn't that cool? And so many fun things I've seen. So check out Pinterest and you'll see even more cool things. So let's revisit this one because we forgot to put our bling on there. We can't have it. So this is, I told you I was going to use the matte decorative dots. So let's put a couple little pretty blings on here. So we'll stick one down there. And let's go with some yellow. Whoopsie. Yellow up here. Another, that one. Oops, I bumped you. So sorry, guys. And maybe a red one. Nah, red over here. Uh-oh. This is why I don't usually use my fingers. It's so tiny and it got upside down. There we go. Now I feel better. Thelma says clean up in aisle 3. That's what we'll call this card. Clean up in aisle 3. All right, so there we have our 2 cards from my stamp class. And I got one more for you. So we're back to using Early Espresso, 4 1/4 by 11 this time. So we'll fold that in half. This would be our inside. And then I have a piece of designer series paper. This is from Tidings and Trimmings. So this is one of the holiday designer papers in the annual catalog, and I just love it. It's a 6 by 6 stack, and it's so pretty. So this one is almost like Sahara sand and fall looking leaves and weeds and such. So we're gonna use that. And then I also have this piece of white that is die cut out with the Stitched So Sweetly dies ahead of time. Now the stamps that I picked out is the Squirrely Whirly. So we're gonna use Nuts About Squirrels. He is a 2-step stamp. So it's time to pull in the magical Stamposaurus. So let me get him lined up here and see if we can get him to work without banging my camera. Okay, so I am going to take, ahead of time, I die cut this piece out, and I'm going to use this as my template. So I'm going to stick this in right here, put the puzzle back in where it came from, and then I want to put a couple of those magnets down to hold it in place because it wants to come off. Now I'm going to grab my Early Espresso. See if I can scoot a little bit this way and not affect my camera. So very carefully, I'm going to ink up my outline of that little squirrel. And I'm using the one that's holding the acorn. So this is a great time to have wipes. So if you've got a baby wipe, just grab that and you can wipe that off. I'm going to use my finger and wipe it on my pants because that's what kind of a day it is today. So there we go. We're going to push that down and make sure we have that little squirrely outlined. There he is. Isn't he cute? He is so cute. Now, I did have this lined up because this is a 2-step stamp here with his that little acorn. But you can use the Stamparatus for that. But sometimes for me, it's just as fast if I don't bother with it. So I stamped it off once. So I'm just gonna have it a little bit of a shade lighter. And there's his little acorn cap. Now I took some Sahara sand and we're gonna ink up the outline or the filler. This is his body inside. Hey, Betty. No problem, girl. All right, so now we'll close that. See if I can slide him up a little. And there we have Mr. Squirrel. Now I'm looking right here and I missed a little tiny bit of his tail. Little tiny bit. So I can go back, put a smidgy of ink on his tail. I'm hitting my camera, so I'm being really careful. And I can close that and fix it. Oh my gosh. So I hope you guys have a Stamparatus and love a Stamparatus and use a Stamparatus because it is an amazing tool. Now this would be great because I could now go and make like 1,000 of these and little squirrel is gonna come out exactly, oh, he's got adhesive on him. He would come out exactly the same every stinking time. All right, let me get this out of the way and we'll finish up Mr. Squirrel. Now, there is a little bit, this is his acorn here. And again, you could use the Stamparatus for this as well. I'm not gonna make 1,000 squirrel cards. Not today. So there's his little acorn. Now I'm also going to stamp there's a little branch. So we'll stamp that little branch here, just hanging above his head. That's, I guess, the acorn tree. And I have my sentiment. And that's gonna go right there. Close those up before I have an accident. And oh, nope, I need the espresso again because we're gonna do some leaves. So we've got a couple leaves here. So I'm gonna stamp those, what are they, the veins, the leaf veins, I would guess these are. So we'll do those. All right, so is everybody else with me? Sandy says she lost transmission, but I wanna make sure it's not on my end. If I'm still live and you guys are catching me, let's give some thumbs up so I know that everything's okay. Okay, thumbs are up, good, good, good. Sorry, Sandy, it looks like it might be on your end, but yes, come back and rewatch. I've got Bumblebee, so I'm gonna do a couple little leaves here. And we're just gonna stamp right over top. Of those little veins and make our 2-step leaves. Oak leaf. Ah, Kay knows her stuff. This is what I was thinking, that it looks like fingers. Yep, now we're cooking. All right, we're gonna do a Calypso coral leaf as well, just for color. Perfect. I know, he is so cute, isn't he? So I took a piece of the crumb cake baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap that around that designer series paper. Oh no, my scissors have gone missing. How can that be? Didn't I just have them? I swear I had them. Oh, look what happened. They stuck to my magnetic bowl. All right. So we have a little piece of baker's twine. This is from the Baker's Essential Pack, where it's got like white vanilla, black crumb cake, and smoky slate, I think. So I'm just going to take that one little piece there and wrap it around. And then tack down those edges. I don't want them to come off. We can go ahead and attach that to our card base. Get ourselves some Pop-Tarts here. Oh, you didn't see the squirrel. Yes, he is in the holiday catalog, and he is by himself. He's just a stamp set. There is nothing else. There's no die. There's no punches. There's nothing else that goes with him. Just him, cute little self. So we'll put him right here in the center. And take that little extra. Oh, and even Thelma said it's on page 49. Thank you, Thelma. So check out page 49 to look for Nuts About Squirrels. So we're going to loop that around here and tie ourselves a cute little bow. And then, of course, we're going to add a little bling to him because we need some color. Maybe some little yellow, a little pop of yellow might help. So there we go. I can fuss around with that later and fix it if I need to. So let's grab some of our bling and just put a couple pops of color on there. And there we go, my loves. Here are our 3 cards. 50 Shades of Brown. I use lots of browns. Good morning, Deb. All right, so there you go, guys. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Like I said, you can check out the dimensions a little bit later in the description. Don't forget, we've got a couple things you want to mark your calendar for. Mark your calendar for our Sweet Stockings class, and we're going to have some bingo fun via Zoom. That is October 30th at 11 a.m. Remember, it is Halloween theme, so I'm going to have Halloween treats, maybe some little surprises in your goodie bag, but your class will not be Halloween projects because, you know, it's a little late to the show. Then don't forget, I have got my 2nd annual online BOGO sale, so you can find this on Facebook and ask to join, and you'll be ready to roll for that weekend. And then, as always, friends, you can shop 24/7, 365, anytime. Hop on over to jodybrechbill.stampinup.net. This is September's host code, so you'll want to use that whenever you check out, or message me. So if you don't want to shop online, totally cool. Just message me and I'll hook you guys up. And one more plea for you, don't forget to join my mailing list if you haven't already. There will be a link in the description of this video, so that way you always know what's going on. Registration for bingo will come to you via email, and as well as the information for my BOGO sale will go out to you via email, so you won't miss out in case Facebook decides to be fickle and not show you the things you need to know. All right, friends, happy Wednesday, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Come on back here and visit me next week for What's Up Wednesday. And don't forget, this is our prize patrol. So make sure you like, love, and comment, and you'll be entered to win the matte decorative dots. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Love y'all.